Welcome to The Explainer. You know, in the world of workplace safety, being prepared isn't just a good idea, it's an absolute requirement. Today, we're diving deep into exactly how to conduct an internal safety compliance audit to make sure you're always ready for anything.
So let's start with a really important question. I want you to think about your facility right now. If regulators walked in the door tomorrow unannounced, would you pass that surprise safety audit? You know, that kind of readiness, it doesn't happen by accident. It's the result of a deliberate, proactive system, and that's exactly what we're about to break down.
So, here's our mission for this explainer. We want to give you the framework for a safety compliance audit that doesn't just pass an inspection, but one that actively prevents violations, fines, and, most importantly, prevents people from getting hurt.
Okay, so what exactly is a safety compliance audit? Well, think of it as a really methodical, structured process. It's a deep dive health check to verify that your safety programs aren't just words on paper, but are actually working effectively out there on the floor. It's all about making sure compliance is happening in practice. Now, this is a really crucial distinction to make. People often confuse audits and inspections. An inspection is tactical. It's about finding an immediate hazard, like a blocked fire exit. But a safety compliance audit is strategic. It's a proactive deep dive that asks why that fire exit was blocked in the first place, getting to the root of the problem in your overall safety system.
All right, so who's actually conducting these audits, and what's the goal? Well, depending on the situation, there are really three main types you need to have on your radar. First, you've got your internal audits. That's you checking on yourself to find weaknesses before someone else does. Then you have third-party audits, where you bring in an outside expert for an unbiased look, maybe for a certification like ISO 45001. And finally, there are the regulatory inspections from agencies like OSHA. A really solid internal audit program is by far your best preparation for the other two.
So, when an auditor shows up, what's on their checklist? What are they actually looking for? Well, the review is pretty comprehensive, and it usually covers these key areas of your safety program. First thing they'll ask for, the paperwork. Auditors are going to pore over everything from your training logs to your incident reports. You see, incomplete or outdated records, that's often the first red flag that tells them what's written in the safety plan might not be what's happening in reality. Next, they're going to get up and walk the floor. This is where they're looking at the physical environment with their own eyes. Is machine guarding in place? Is fall protection gear in good shape? Are exit routes clear? They're spotting those real-world hazards that could lead to an injury if they aren't fixed. Then, the audit gets even more specific. It zeroes in on your critical safety programs. They want to know, are procedures like lockout/tagout not just written down somewhere, but are they actually being implemented effectively every single time? They are verifying that your plans for controlling major hazards are really being put into practice.
And this right here illustrates the human element, which is so important. A safety audit isn't just about documents and machines. Auditors will actually talk to your employees to find out if they really understand their training. They'll observe them at work. This is where they get a feel for the true health of your safety culture.
Now, a truly effective safety compliance audit is not just some random spot check. It follows a very structured 7-phase process. This framework is designed to make sure the review is thorough and that it leads to real, lasting improvements.
Think of this as your roadmap. It all starts with planning. You got to know your goals. Then you move into the detective phase, reviewing documents, walking the site, and talking to your people. From there, it's all about action. You report what you found, create a solid corrective action plan to fix the issues, and finally, you communicate those results to drive a cycle of continuous improvement.
So why go through all this trouble? Well, the strategic value of a strong safety compliance audit program goes way beyond just avoiding some fines. It's really about building a more resilient and, frankly, more profitable organization.
Let's make this real for a second. Lockout/tagout, that's a program we just mentioned. It is consistently one of OSHA's most cited standards, leading to over 2,000 violations in just 1 year. Proactive audits are designed to catch these exact kinds of gaps before they turn into a statistic.
When you get right down to it, a robust audit program is a cornerstone of any great safety system. It reduces injuries, it lowers costs, and it strengthens your culture by proving that you are truly committed to your team's well-being. It's a strategic investment in both your people and your business.
Okay, so the big question is, how do you actually put all this knowledge into practice?
Here is a very straightforward action plan to help you build or improve your own internal safety compliance audit program.
Here's where to start. First, ground your audit in the current OSHA standards. Then, build a checklist that's tailored to your specific facility. Make auditing a regular, scheduled activity, not just a one-time thing. And this is so important. Track your corrective actions all the way to completion and document everything. This is what creates a defensible, data-driven safety program. If you remember one thing, let it be this. A proactive safety compliance audit is one of the most powerful tools you have to move beyond just checking boxes. It helps you build a culture that actively protects your people and strengthens your entire organization from the inside out.
To get more professional safety training and compliance guides just like this one, make sure you subscribe to HSE Study. Stay safe and stay compliant.